It's nothing that's a saving in a house on fire. Could you stay a while?
Thank you, everyone, for downloading another episode of Three Different Dads. Jimmy, what's the matter? You already look shooketh. You good?
Nope. Doing good.
Okay. All right. I am Lorenzo. With me, as always, Jim and Tyler. Guys, how you doing?
Oh, boy.
Doing well.
So I got to open the mailbag. First things first. Got an email titled "Dad Jokes." This email is from superfan Rachel. She said, "All she said is yes, dad jokes need to be a permanent segment of the podcast. Thanks, superfan Rachel." Is how she signed off. So we don't have very many superfans. I feel like we got to make sure we keep our superfans happy. So just keep that in mind as we go towards the end of the episode.
Have any of the fans like donated to the Patreon or the Patreon whatever thing we have going?
Oh, we don't have
What's
one
that
going.
called? Oh, we didn't start that yet.
I guess they could just
Because we don't have one, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, they could just Venmo. I guess.
Well, I was just thinking a super fan could start one for us and then start funding it. So
Superfan Rachel is the chief financial officer of our 10U softball team. So she's more than capable. Maybe she could funnel some of that softball money in.
Yeah, seriously, that's what I was thinking. This tournament costs $500 and it really costs $250. Move the money around.
Let's say we actually do make something from this podcast, and it's not even like, what's the amount of money where it'd be like worth it? Like, does it matter at this point? Like, I
don't even know.
Like, it would have
to be a lot. Filing taxes would suck.
Yeah. Like if we each made like an episode, we made $50 an episode. You know what I mean? Like,
that'd be cool.
I feel like I would.
As this delicious Dr. Pepper, Cherry Dr. Pepper. Thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
Sorry, Dr.
See,
Pepper.
that could be one right there.
We're going to get DNC'd so hard.
I just feel like I'd have to funnel it through the Nerdball Network LLC and pay you guys, and I'd have to give you there. You wouldn't have to worry about taxes
as long as it's all under the books. That's all I ask. Yeah.
If I just pay you as employees, then you're good.
No,
right?
Under the table.
Under the table.
Off the books. Under the table.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
we have to get
What's the benefit situation like?
You get the benefit of having this podcast every week. That's about it.
Fair enough.
Laughter is the best medicine. So
let's go on.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
That's it.
What's happening? What are we chatting about today? What do you guys want to know? Should we talk about the terrible loss we had last Friday?
Where did the cannon come from? Can I throw that out there? I mean, is it just made up? I mean, we just
do you not read anything?
No, I did not read it. I just saw all of a sudden on Twitter there was this random cannon that showed up out of nowhere, and they call it the Battle of Maumee Cannon. Is that what it was?
The Battle of the Maumee.
There's a river that connects Perrysburg, and
they should have called it the
White
Battle
House.
of Suburbias. Like the Battle of Suburbias would be better.
Well, that's lame. That's a lot of lame.
Well, so is a fake cannon. I mean, it's
cool looking. They two teachers at Perrysburg made it, the whole thing. It was pretty cool.
Oh, so Anthony Wayne contributed nothing and they get it, huh? Is that how it works?
They contributed a W.
Do your job, win the game.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I saw this late last night. So somebody posted that we play Whitmer on Friday, which is true. We play Whitmer first round of the playoffs at Whitmer.
Yes.
And then somebody else people are always negative on these Perrysburg Facebook pages, but somebody posted like, that's how our season ends. And then there's a couple of people like, have our backs, that kind of stuff, saying stuff back and forth. Then somebody we graduated with said, someone said, someone made a comment about like, we have a lot of players going both ways, this and that, they get tired. And then somebody we graduated with says, that's just poor coaching, or that's just bad coaching.
Can I
So
ask
Was
5
it-
questions to see if I can guess
Was
who
it
it is?
Trey?
it was
Was
not.
it-
No, it was
Oh,
not.
hold on.
damn.
Yeah.
Can I get 5 questions, just yes or no,
Okay.
and see if I can start to figure this out?
Okay. All right.
Did we play football with this person?
No. And these are obviously
Um,
these are just high school because I wasn't involved in junior high. So
Okay. Would
this is so fun.
I have their phone number?
I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so.
Did they play?
Kyle Vogel.
No.
No. Okay.
What, Jim?
Did they play any sports?
Yes.
Did they play any sports?
Yes, I said. Did you hear me?
Do they still live in Perrysburg?
They do not.
Uh, um,
Spence is killing us.
It was very frustrating because like I commented back and then they private messaged me after I commented. But it's one of those things like
Apologizing or just standing their ground.
it's one of those things where like I'll pick it up here. Pull it up. Where like it's like everyone who's Facebook friends with me is aware that I'm a football coach. At least they should be. I don't know, maybe they don't see posts or whatever, but I've been a football coach for a long time. They said this person said after my comment of basically saying like, hey, you've played sports, we can only play who's able to go on the field, you know. I would think you'd realize that regardless of what you think of us coaches. He said, wasn't shitting on you, just responding to overuse of players going 2 ways. I didn't watch. I wouldn't know. Just a response. So that isn't like my bad, dude, or anything. Like
dude, that's internet 1.0 or 2.0. Like, I
yeah.
have no idea what the fuck's going on, but let me just throw out
Yeah.
on a message board my 2 cents on this.
So I didn't respond back. I didn't think it was necessary. But that's it. Like I would respond like, okay, if you don't watch and you're just repeating or
What
just
sport
going
did
off
they
of the
play?
comments,
I know this isn't a yes or no. What sport did they play?
basketball. So it was just
Oh.
frustrating. It was just frustrating.
It's Jason Enix.
It was just frustrating because it was like we graduated with someone like that, and I don't know. I mean I haven't talked to this kid in
Nailed it.
forever, so like I'm not, you know, and he's
I
probably
do
not,
have his phone number.
you do? Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah.
That's okay. We rode the short bus together in elementary school.
Oh yeah.
Me, him, Ben Diller, and Brandon Hamrick, because we all lived in Fort Meigs and went to Frank school. And we had to pick up some people, drop them off at Toth first that rode a handicap bus, and then they dropped us off at Frank. It
Nice.
was a bonding experience. It was an hour-long bus ride.
I was
both
say,
ways.
how long were you on that bus? Gosh, dang.
It was a long ride.
Dude, that's how my bus ride was, because I lived out in Saddlebrook. I think I was picked up third. And you know, usually like if you're towards the end, especially in the winter, the bus is pretty warm. Like
Yeah.
we would bring blankets in the winter because it was so cold. We and I would be on the bus for 50 minutes going to the old
I
high
think
school.
they picked me up shortly after you, Lorenzo, and I remember, I think I could get a solid like 45-minute nap in.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we got on the bus, I just put my head down and went back to bed.
Yeah.
It
It was
was
crazy.
freezing cold in that
Yes.
bus. Yeah.
Because didn't they also drop? Maybe this was in middle school, so you may not know, Lorenzo. But in middle school, I thought they went to the high school first, and then they went to the middle school.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I
I
just
don't know.
remember that. Yeah, it was a very long bus ride. Very long bus ride. Took forever.
Dude, I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't look that up, but I nailed that.
You did. And I'm surprised because you didn't even ask like that, like like narrowing of questions like that they were broad.
Yeah, they were all really
like,
broad questions.
They're
yeah.
broad. Like, oh, did they play sports? Yes.
What did you have? Like when I said basketball, did you have any other person in mind?
No, I was just thinking who played basketball that's out, not living in Perrysburg. There
Oh.
wasn't a ton of people that played basketball like that actually graduate, I guess. Now
What-
they could have been like on the freshman team and really screwed me up, but um
What if I would have said,
and then
"Yep, Ryan Lewandowski"?
he's on I see him post stuff on social media here and there, so he's active. So
Yeah,
that didn't surprise me on there, I guess.
yeah.
Like
but
he's
yeah.
the type of person. There's people that like, and I love this. The like original use of Facebook, like when people like in the middle of a football game would be like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that play call in the second quarter of like an Ohio State game, right? Or what? Like,
And then
oh,
someone
man,
else
these
sees it
like
3 days later.
like live, essentially like live posting their stuff of
Yeah.
what's
Tweeting.
going on.
Yeah, they're tweeting on Facebook. Yeah.
So yes.
I was gonna
Yeah.
make a post this
Yeah.
week because I don't really get into it, but I'll go back and forth with Ohio State fans because everyone thinks first of all, I hate when people go Ohio against everybody or whatever the fuck. Like, okay, it's not like you haven't won national championships and been in the playoffs. You guys act like you've never won anything. It's because other people beat you, or it's because other people don't want it to happen. The bigger powers, like you guys are good. So why are you always complaining about stuff? Like I saw somebody posted about a house. This is a couple weeks ago about a terrible call or whatever, and I go, "You're complaining about a terrible call when you're up by 21 points." Like, I feel like there's an issue there. Like, don't complain. Well, did you see the call? No, that's not my point. My point is your complaint of the call. Like, regardless if it was a bad call or a good call, you're complaining about it. It's so frustrating to see Ohio State fans act like they deserve everything when they don't. So,
They
end
do.
of rant. End of rant. Sorry. And I was gonna
Just wait till the Michigan coming out now with all the
that's all over. That's all
signs.
over everything.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. And I'm sure, 3 years from now, Jim Harbaugh will self-impose a sanction when they play like 3 shitty schools back to back to back. Then they'll mourn him and put like a Jesus cross out front.
How's
As
Penn
if he
State doing,
died.
Jim? How's Penn State doing?
It's rough.
Did the quarterback show up to the game, or did you forget that they played?
That fumble
looked
return?
horrible.
Yes, the fumble
Dude,
recovery
that
for
was
the
terrible.
touchdown was rough.
Yeah, but it was a legit
I
call.
thought, yes,
Yeah,
I thought that was gonna. I got excited there for a second. The quarterback wasn't the issue, dude. He every time he jumped,
He was 100% the issue. Come on.
every time he jumped, dude, they could not block
He looked terrible.
because there's people in his face constantly.
He looked
Like,
horrible, Jim.
you put fucking
Horrible.
anyone back there, unless they're Mike Vick and can run around.
The Notre Dame quarterback didn't look that inept. I mean, he looked horrible. I'm just saying, he looked bad.
What are you talking about?
This is good.
What's the Notre
Penn
Dame
State
quarterback have to do with-
because you said you put anybody back there. So I was making a point that a different quarterback didn't look quite that bad.
Because he has a
Just
different
saying.
offensive line.
It is a whole team does.
Yes, there's
you
a
need
difference.
everybody. You need everybody.
The whole team looked bad. The quarterback looked terrible.
Their defense,
That's-
their whole team, their defense looked fucking amazing.
No, I don't think so.
Their play calling when it's short yardage and you start to do these gimmick plays here and there, it is a complete. They didn't get an offensive flow down at all. It wasn't their entire team.
The stat I heard was they went.
How much did you watch all of the game? Did you watch all of the game?
Yeah, 100% of the game.
Yeah, no
0 for
shit, because he was
15
throwing from his
third
back.
down. 0
He was throwing from his back. How
15.
do you complete a ball? How do you complete a pass when you're on your back? When there's multiple people in your face, how do you complete a pass?
Looked terrible. That's all I'm saying. Penn State did not look good.
Does Penn State play Michigan this year?
Yes, they
do.
do.
Okay.
I can't wait till they
Couple
fuck.
weeks.
Okay.
Now that they can't steal signs and they actually play a decent team, let's see how they do.
Oh man.
Let's see
All
how
right.
great their offense looks.
When the
Play
quarterback-
TCU, get your ass kicked because you don't steal the signs over 2 years. One game you don't do it.
Jim, I didn't realize how passionate you were.
I didn't realize how
about Penn
passionate
State.
of Penn
Or is
State
it just
fan
because
he
it
It
was
was
just
either.
annoys me. There's
Yeah.
certain things that it's frustrating.
Okay, all right.
Mav season starts Wednesday. Book it.
Speaking of Mavs, the Spurs are already in their head, man. The Spurs
Dude,
are already
fuck-
in their head. You
You're
know
gonna
why?
play this dude 20 times. You got to learn how to shoot over an 8-foot guy.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
will
Like
say,
they
I
gotta-
watched the videos. I had my wife break down some videotape with me, and he might be a problem if he stays healthy.
They got to alter. I mean, he's making them alter their shots before they even get in the game in their head.
He's
baby.
8 feet tall. Yes, he's gonna do different things to make them alter their shots. They're normal people.
What else can we get you fired
Did
up
you,
about? Let's go, baby.
Did you see the guy that put the Jordan, the Space Jam movie of Jordan extending his arm like
Yeah.
10 feet, and then they put it side by side with that
Wemby.
guy?
Wemby.
Oh my god. I thought it was like manipulated. Like I thought that they
Yeah,
actually
Andrea.
like extended that
Yeah.
guy.
She asked
Yeah.
if it was fake, and I was like, "No, that's real. That's
I thought
That's
it was
him.
fake too.
yeah."
It was
I
crazy.
had Andrea break down film. You good, Jim?
We hit a nerve.
He
We'll
what?
move on.
Yeah. That's all right. I like fired up, Jim.
A couple things.
Hit it.
Couple things.
Mhm.
I think some of those images are doctored.
Some of Wembenyama's
I said it.
could be. The internet's full of fake things.
Yes.
I'm not saying. I mean, it doesn't really
It's
matter to me.
undefeated.
It
Yes.
doesn't really matter to me if they are or not, because it's not like they're like altering his stats. It's just the way it looks. It just looks cool regardless. I mean, there's
No,
some that
1000%.
yeah. I agree.
Permission
He
to come on
nutmegged,
the permission to come on the Wembenyama bandwagon.
no. You have a Luka koozie and a shirt.
That's true. But those
You
were
do?
given to me. Those were given to me.
Oh.
Jim mailed them to me.
I mean, I can mail you some Spurs things. That's not a big deal. You can pick something off the wall here if you want.
Ooh. Take that
Dude,
Nagy
the
jersey.
Spurs are the worst organization in the world to choose. They're so boring.
But I can get on the ground floor. That's what I'm saying.
I have never and will never care if people think they're boring. That I don't give a
I
shit.
do.
Oh, go for
I
it.
don't
They're boring. This got them 5 rings. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Ty, there's no real ground. Like they sucked, but
I
they also
think
won
they'll
a
be.
ton of championships
I think that dude will be fun to watch.
until he blows his ACL out. Humans shouldn't be that tall and move the way he does.
I can't.
That's
I
a
can't
fair
disagree with you.
statement.
I can't disagree.
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
a fair
But-
statement. He looks crazy. So.
But I will say, the way even 10 years ago, the way people, not even him, the way people and people around him understand how to take care of bodies has completely changed. So I'm not saying
I
like it's gonna
1000% agree with that. And when I was breaking down his stuff, like I saw his like training videos and like him doing stuff, and from a very young age, they worked a lot with like Pilates and all this other bullshit. So I do think he's very flexible, but he's rail thin.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come out of the I don't think he's going to have a career where he's never hurt. Like I think that's an impossibility. I just know based on how science has grown that it's going to be better than if he was around 20 years ago.
Yes,
That's all.
1000%.
Yeah.
They also need to get a good team around him.
They're going to suck again this year, like no doubt. Like I'm not like they're not going to make the playoffs or anything. The next draft is terrible. So I don't think it really matters. But they also have a bunch of draft picks that they got from a bunch of people. So we'll see whatever. But I enjoy I like a couple players they have on their team. So I know it's not the best team, and they'll probably lose a lot more than they'll win, but it's going to be a lot more fun to watch. Tell you that.
Did you see Oklahoma City's like all their draft picks?
Yeah.
Crazy.
At some point, yeah. At some point, well, they're gonna, because their team is so young altogether. They're gonna come to a thing like they did when they had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant. Like at some point, you got to sign all these guys. Now the what's it called? The salary cap's going to go up because of TV and that kind of the new deal when that happens. But at some point, they got to, and I guess that's when those draft picks will come in, and you hope you can land somebody, or you trade them and you trade the picks and get somebody.
That's what I think it's more for. Like, no one gives a shit if you're the 14th overall pick. Like, your hit rate that person's even going to start or play for your team is low. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe you just get like disgruntled guy on the last year of a 1-year contract and try to see if you can win it all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We talked too much sports already.
That does turn off a couple of the super fans. So
yeah.
That's all right. We can hit your list, Jim. I'm excited for your list. I do, and I think I've said this before, but I do appreciate you putting in a little work for these lists, because it does give me some like I mean, I'm always excited to come on with you guys, but knowing like what we could possibly talk about depending on time, it makes me excited. So thank you, Jim. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And we don't have to hit the list.
No, well, last time we hit like a few things and it worked out well and we were fine. So I enjoy the list. If we get stuff, we get stuff. If not,
yeah.
we don't.
So I'm excited to see how you, however you want to go, man.
I do have one thing real quick.
Ideas. Yeah.
There was this article, not an article, but my friend just sent me this headline. Oprah reveals how she manages to stay stress-free at 64. Step 1, have $1 billion.
I was about to say, have a B in your bank account probably helps.
All right, that's it. Sorry. It's the coach's chat.
Is that the dad joke?
Very lively. It is not the dad joke.
I liked it. So
Jim, on your list, the first thing is Thanksgiving, and it made me laugh because we have Halloween coming up, and we just completely just bypassed Halloween, and we don't care about it as dads, or what?
But I think we covered candy last year.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like,
yeah,
we did a candy draft. Yeah, we did a candy draft.
My sister and her family are coming in for Thanksgiving, so I was just trying to. That's been top of mind right now. I guess.
Okay, but well, real quick then. Can we just real quick Halloween, do your children, Jim, we'll start with you, do your children know what they're going to be?
Yeah, I have one that's going to be a angel and I will be the devil with her, and then I have one that is going to be Ariel and Andrew is going to be Sebastian.
Solid. Do you guys always dress up with them?
Majority of the time, yes.
Okay. All right.
That's like a big thing. Like our neighborhood's kind of like shamed us into doing that more than anything.
Oh, okay. Have you guys ever done like a whole family? There's a theme like all together. Usually couples.
Early on when we were one.
When they didn't care too. Also, when the kids really didn't care what their costume was, and you kind of just put them in something.
She was a ghost, and we had Ghostbuster T-shirts on. Like
okay.
That was the extent of my giving a shit on that one.
Okay. Ty?
Nope.
You had no idea?
Solo. No, we Livy always tells us lately what she wants to be. So this year I think she's going as like either Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo or name famous star. I have no idea. So she hates scary everything, so she doesn't do anything scary. Closest she got a couple years ago was Sanderson sisters. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Lillian is going to be a unicorn, and Mateo is going to be a hot dog. I don't know. Like he came home, or they went to the store, and I was mowing, and he walked out in the back door. He had this hot dog costume that he pulled over his head, so he's a hot dog.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He also said he didn't want to go trick or treating. He was going to pass out candy with his grandma. So we'll see how that works out as we get closer to the day. But that's what he said today. So We'll see what happens.
It's kind of smart because he could just sit there and just eat the candy and not have to walk around.
Yeah, maybe that's. I should ask him. Maybe that's what his thought process. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it is clever. I mean, you don't get the variety, but you still get candy,
Yeah.
and he knows he's still going to eat some candy of his sister's because it all just goes to one spot anyway. So
Yep.
when
Smart.
we were speaking of that, when we were growing up, when I was younger, we had, you know how people have like a junk drawer in their kitchen or somewhere. It's just like, here's a bunch of junk. We had a candy drawer where it was just full of candy all the time. And
We have
just,
a bowl. We have a bowl
okay.
above our oven, and it just.
How much candy do you
gets
guys
filled.
pass out? How much?
How
candy?
much?
Yeah. Like how many
Hey,
bags did you get?
Hey, hold on. Jim was saying something. You just cut him off. I wanted to finish what he was talking about his bowl of candy.
Bowl of
No,
candy.
that was the
Sorry.
extent of it.
I
There's a
thought
candy-
he that's
there's a
yeah, I
candy bowl.
thought that's where he was going with that. I was just saying instead of a drawer, he had a bowl.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
so what's strange? Like I noticed this the other day when I was at Kroger is they have all candy bags are not created equal. There's like a 50 piece, 100 piece, 150 piece, a 200. Like went up to like 500 piece bags. No, so we got like a big bag, and then there's the Reese's peanut butter cup ones were kind of smaller, but I don't even know if we'll put those out. Those are might be
A little too small.
adults only. I don't know.
We did
All right.
3 bags of candy from Costco, 2 of like the chocolate and one of the just call it sugar bag. Just straight sugar.
Do you pass
But-
them out, or do you just put a bowl, say take one?
I don't have faith in humanity to put out a bowl. So
We
I
usually put out a
pass
bowl.
out.
Yeah, we usually put out a bowl because we're walking around. So if someone
Yeah,
takes
we
the
put
whole
out a
bowl or
bowl.
someone doesn't, whatever.
I just don't trust the middle schoolers, call it, because I remember
With the Ring
myself at
cameras
that
now?
age. Yeah, that's true. But all they would do is be like Poppy the Birds and take the whole bag. So you'd be like, I saw a lot of those videos last year. Like kid flicks off the ring and then just takes the whole thing anyway.
I've seen some pictures of people, much like we just talked about, putting a bowl with like, please take one. It's a bowl of please take one. But I seen somewhere like a bag of like they emptied a bag of potato chips. They're like, please take one. And then someone had a bowl of pierogies.
I saw somebody was gonna put a bowl full of hot dogs, just hot dogs and hot dog water. said please take one, and I'm like, dude, no one's gonna take any of those. But that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the grocery store for 1 second?
Yeah. What do you need? to hit?
So
That's a very dad thing. Yeah.
yeah, so some of us, myself, haven't been to the grocery store in a while, just because I just hate going to the grocery store. And we've done some like, pickup orders, whatever. Well, it finally occurred to me after going down the chip aisle this weekend. I'm like, motherfuck, everything has gotten so small and it's double the cost.
Yeah.
And this is my old dad rant is prices have gone up and everything's getting real small. And I don't like it.
It's pretty
I don't like it
brutal.
at all.
Yeah. It's
Obama.
pretty brutal. Obama.
It's somebody, Jim. I don't know who.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing that stinks is we get a lot of stuff from Aldi, but there's certain things the kids won't eat because it doesn't taste like the stuff from Meyer. So, but we've been getting some other things. Like we picked up Lillian loves beefaroni, Chef Boyardee beefaroni, and we picked up the Aldi version, and we were like holding our breath to see if she would eat it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it tolerable?
And she ate it.
Yeah.
So we switched from
okay.
Chef Boyardee to Aldi, whatever the heck
Nice.
Aldi
Did
is
she
called.
know? Did you
Yes.
hide the can?
No, she
Oh.
knew. She knew. But there's a lot of stuff like that. Cereal, like certain
She
cereals.
grabs the
they
can. What is this?
What is this bullshit?
this?
Dad.
Oh man.
But yeah,
No,
there's-
I wish.
Have you guys
somebody
ever
would've
been
just
shopping and
told me.
got like a bad sausage? It's the
Where?
worst.
a bad sausage? Where?
like out of a pack of a bunch.
That was my dad joke.
Oh, I didn't get it.
I don't get it
Sorry.
The worst.
Oh,
I
get it. That was a good fit in though.
It was a good fit in, and me and
I
Ty
just
fucked
it
that up.
completely
We fucked that up.
completely went over my head.
No,
Yeah.
that's I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was good though.
I blame you
mean,
guys, not me on that one.
that was a very dad thing of
I
me and
was-
Ty to
yeah.
not get it. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You
I
nailed
was
it, Jim.
just
You
I
nailed
was
it.
having flashbacks to the chip aisle again and
Yeah.
getting just mad at myself and at life. At one point I grabbed the family size bag and I said, and Heather was standing right there, and I said, "Look at this shit." I said, "Family size. This used to be a bag of Doritos. Now it's a fucking family size." And she's like, "Just put it in the car."
Well, it's because like 75% of families are divorced. So now they're the family
That's
size is
true.
one.
Whoa,
So
Yeah.
blow.
well, I didn't even think about that, my man.
That's
Well,
okay. No,
you're coupled up
I'm-
now, man. You're
yeah,
coupled,
I'm coupled up.
Yeah.
I'm booed up. I'm
He
good.
said low blow.
It
I'm
is
booed-
bullshit though.
I'm booed
It's
up.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I just miss the big bag of Doritos for like $3.29. You could just eat Doritos all day. But
You
now
want to
it's
hear
like
something crazy about
baby
Doritos?
size. Yes.
I don't know. I'm scared.
This kind of blew my mind. They make Doritos so that they essentially just dissolve in your mouth so that you won't stop eating them. Like,
Is this scientific?
That's a
fact?
recipe?
yes, like the way
Oh.
that they're made is essentially if you just leave it in your mouth and don't chew it for a very, like, I know all food will get like soft or whatever, but
Mhm.
like they will very quickly get soft. So like you're constantly having to put chips into your mouth. Like after one or two bites, it condenses down super easily. So you don't feel full while you're eating your Doritos and you just go through them very quickly.
So it's like
Son of
it's
bitch.
like a cheese puff.
Yeah.
Cheese that they melt pretty good too.
Yeah, I forget what but I think they used to be made with like tortilla chips and they like
Mhm.
this.
Don't
very
they still say
similar,
that on the
but
bag?
Yeah, and they might be some type of tortilla, but it's just like however it is, it's just made, and like the cheese stuff is like highly addictive. Like
Mm.
that once you like have a taste of it, like you continuously don't get full, like you just want more and more and more.
If they would sell Cool Ranch in like a salt shaker, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And
It's called just ranch seasoning.
Yeah. Just get some
but
ranch
it's-
seasoning,
it's
boss.
not. It's not the same. I think it's laced with something. It's so addictive.
But yeah, so Man vs. Food guy, I forget that guy's name. He was
Yeah.
talking about
Adam
Doritos.
something.
Bear
Yeah.
Grylls or the other guy.
Nailed it.
Here's a I just found a Dorito dad joke. I'm not gonna wait till the end. I can't put it in smoothly like Jim and have us mess it up.
Ready to go.
'Cause people always make fun of my dad because his name is Chip and he is a Dorito farmer. You might think this is cheesy, but actually we got to grow up on a really cool ranch.
I actually dropped
Little
I didn't
long.
want to say it, but
Yeah.
I dropped a Dorito joke a long time ago. It is one of my jokes.
Did you?
What did one Dorito farmer say to the other? Cool Ranch. See?
This is a Reddit joke. Anyway,
All
that's
right.
it. I didn't mean to bring
We
the
gotta hit-
podcast down. I just thought
Get
it'd be
the
a good
break
time.
work
for
on
me.
this show.
so
It just
did
came to a
we-
complete
Did we
stop.
want to circle? Did we want to circle back on the Thanksgiving this topic here? The what's your favorite food for Thanksgiving?
Wait, what's this 8 food thing? Let's is this what you
Yeah, so I found this list, right?
Okay.
Top 8 Thanksgiving dishes.
Okay.
All right. So
Is one just turkey?
no, it's
not number 1, but is turkey
Are
on there?
are we talking sides then? It has to be sides if turkey's not one of them, right?
Yeah, I mean everything else is a side.
Let me go through the list
That's
and then
true.
we can go.
No, I'm picking it apart right now. Pre-list.
digest it. So this is
Nice,
my
solid.
top 8 Thanksgiving stuff. Number 8 is mashed potatoes.
Okay.
7 is stovetop stuffing.
Time out. Mashed potatoes. Do you guys prefer white gravy or brown gravy?
Brown gravy.
Brown gravy.
Yeah, brown.
Okay. Just curious. All right.
Um,
Stovetop stuffing, my favorite stuffing of all time.
yeah, mashed potatoes too. I'd like it to be a little bit of skin on the potatoes when they get mashed up. Little rustic flair.
I also don't like them all the way mashed.
Yes, I like a little lump.
Little chunks. Can I tell you
Yep.
my My brother used to make them that way, but I think it's because he got lazy and didn't want to mash them all the way. But they were good. I liked them.
He was ahead of his time.
Yes, he was.
Number 6, canned cranberries, delicious.
Oof, never had cranberries ever in my life.
It's weird because it shouldn't work, but it works with turkey.
So Andrea's mom, Andrea, and now Lillian make cranberry relish. It's I don't. I mean, I eat it, just take a bite of it because Lillian made it, so I want to be like, yeah, it's good. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like, but it's a hit everywhere. And Andrea says
I
have
can't
to
do cranberries.
Yeah, Andrea says I have to take a bite of it with something else or with turkey or something.
I make a wrap quite like a lot in the summer, especially where it's just get like a tortilla, throw some cream cheese, turkey, and cranberries, like dried cranberries on there. Yeah. And it's delicious.
I like dried cranberries in my salad. I can do that.
Yeah, dude. We'll get you there.
But not a can, not a can shaped clump of cranberry.
Cut it. Okay.
That's my favorite
slices,
when
cut slices.
Yeah, when people just take it straight out of the can and they just like put it on a tray and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Just cut it.
That's classy.
Choose your own
Class.
adventure. How much cranberry do you want?
Yeah.
Number 5 is crock pot barbecue mini hot dogs or meatballs. Number 4
this is your list of things. Yeah.
I just saw this.
A-list.
Top 8 Thanksgiving.
Let me go back to those meatballs real quick.
Yeah.
So Andrea's mom one time, she makes it up more than once, but she made this. It was meatballs, barbecue sauce, chunked pineapple in a crock pot. Let it go. Delicious, right? Andrea and I turned that into one of our dinners now. Like we just put it, and that's what we eat for dinner. Just pineapples, meatballs, possibly a salad or some pasta on the side, but it's a solid dinner now. Real easy. Throw it in the crock pot.
If you don't have pineapple, you know what you can do for sweetness, and it sounds disgusting, but it works, is just grape jelly.
Yeah. I like the chunk, like having to bite the pineapple.
Oh, I'm with you. I love pineapple with it. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so that was number 5. Number 4 is just gravy.
Just gravy.
We already went on. Number 3 is any meat but ham. So turkey would get in there. Ham's kind of trash. I'm sorry.
My dad loves ham, and I smoke a ham every Thanksgiving.
I was just about to say, how is it?
Double smoked. It's called double because it's already smoked, so you double smoke it again. I don't mind it. Like I'll get a chunk of it. It's not my favorite meat, but it's there and I like it, and it's definitely a side on Thanksgiving. It's a side though for me.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss. Like the bad ham a lot of times outweighs the good piece of ham. Okay. Like there's be real fatty sometimes. I don't know. It's just not whatever.
It does depend what slice you get. Number
2 is pumpkin pie with whipped cream. Staple. Yep. I feel like
my pumpkin pie pieces are unrecognizable. That's how much whipped cream I put on them.
Yeah. Smart. Number 1, a good dinner roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you just need to dip it in the gravy, maybe mix up the mashed potato with it, with the gravy, maybe make a little turkey sandwich.
Good. I don't know the brand of these, but all of the rolls, you take the bag off, then put them right in the oven. And I don't know what they're called or what they are, but they are
King's Wine.
No, those are good too, but those are, to me, those are dog shit compared to whatever these other ones are. I don't.
And then
I'm gonna make a phone call real quick.
Honorable mention is the small random pickles that people put out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the dill spears ones.
So that's the official top 8 Thanksgiving sides.
All right, I'm making a phone call real quick. I just want to figure out what these.
Have you ever tried the Bob Evans take-home rolls? Are those it, Lorenzo? The Bob Evans ones?
I don't think so. Did Andrew? We're in the same house right now, and she just put me the voicemail.
She may have do not disturb on.
Oh no.
My sister has do not disturb like from like 5 p.m. till 10 a.m. So if you call her, it goes straight to voicemail. Then you have to call her a second time to let it go through. It's the most, like, it drives me crazy.
She doesn't
Uh,
open it up at all, like from like 7 to 9 or anything.
It's just if I call, it's just straight to
It's
voice.
family
So
time, yeah.
you know,
bullshit.
You
I'm
can reach me at normal business hours.
I'm googling roles right now. And then I thought of like, who has the best roles? And I don't know. Um, Texas Roadhouse came up, but I don't know if it's the roll or if it's the butter.
It's the cinnamon butter.
Like I love the roll though. Like it's a good.
You remember
roll,
that place?
but-
You remember that fancy restaurant at BGSU? The sit down one on campus.
Oh, was it right on Main Street?
It was like a BG. No, I thought it was in one of the dorms.
A fancy place?
There was like one sit down restaurant. And they had
I don't remember.
butter, the cinnamon butter.
Oh, I don't remember a restaurant.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's. Oh, here we are. So I think everybody makes them because there's a bunch of them, but they're just brown and serve. Like
Okay.
Kroger has them, Meyer or Walmart has them, Bunny Bread has. They're just brown and serve.
My mouth is watering. I'm just Google searching rolls.
Yeah,
got
that's
food porn pulled up here.
But if you have bad rolls, man, that just
Yep. Those look
That-
good. Yeah. Those are good. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Those
the
are
old brown
those you can eat like 15 of.
yes.
Oh,
And the way that they like bake, there's like that split down the middle. You just crack them right down the middle and throw some butter in there.
Yeah.
Brown and serve rolls.
these
So-
rolls, whatever I just pulled up, they're $45.
I-
What kind of rolls are these?
Rolls?
I'm
For
thinking
roll-
though this.
rolls. Fucking Obama, man. This is bullshit.
Okay.
I think I might try to make my own cinnamon butter this year.
Yeah.
I don't think it could be that difficult,
Butter
right?
and cinnamon.
Just throw some cinnamon
Yeah,
and butter.
I think
Look-
it's.
So
I think
don't
you
look
can
it
even
up.
add a little honey to it, maybe.
So don't look it up.
Oh.
I'm gonna look it up right now, and you tell me what ingredients are in cinnamon butter recipe. All right.
I like
So do you want the one exactly from Texas Roadhouse? Because
Sure.
there's a recipe for that one. Texas Roadhouse.
See, that's like
Okay.
whipped. That's like whipped butter.
All right, let's see. I gotta scroll. That's another thing. Whenever you guys Google recipes and you got to read a whole dissertation on how they came up with the recipe and found it, and you got to scroll all the way down to the damn bottom just to get to the recipe.
Yeah.
It's for
Very
ad
annoying.
space.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm still scrolling. Sorry. Still going. All right. Here we go. Guess. You don't obviously. You don't have to know measurements. Just guess what's in the
Okay.
butter.
My first guess will be butter.
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Got it. Yes.
Okay. Ty, now you pick one.
I was gonna go cinnamon.
Nailed it. That's 2. And I will tell you. I'll give. There are 5. So that is 2. We got butter.
And then you go
and
salt.
Got it. 3 for 3. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I did say honey. I think honey sounds really good in butter.
Okay.
So is that it?
Nailed it. Honey. And then parentheses it says not creamed. What does that mean? What is creamed honey?
How do you cream honey?
I don't know.
Google that.
I don't know. Can our super fans tell us how?
This
What
is
do you
turning
have
to
into a
ask? You
baking
can't
show.
afford it.
How to cream honey.
All right. Now there's one more left. I don't know if you'll get it. To recap: butter, honey, cinnamon, salt,
Pepper? I have no idea.
pepper. Ty, you want to venture a guess?
I'm just gonna say more sugar because it's so sweet.
That's a good guess.
Okay. Sugar. Yes, but what kind?
Brown
Ooh.
sugar.
Ty, what kind? Jim guesses brown.
Lorenzo
know.
sugar.
Powdered.
Powdered sugar.
Yes.
Wow.
Powdered sugar.
Look
Look at
Nailed it.
us.
You guys
Got
did a good.
it.
Yeah, that was good.
Is that the copycat recipe?
That's what it says. I just happened
Hell
to look
yeah.
at it. I found another recipe just to see if it's the same.
Did we just
Guys,
discover a
this has-
segment called "Let's Break Down Recipes"? And just
As stupid as
this
this
one-
sounds, and I'll just whatever. I honestly, until I didn't give it much thought about making cinnamon butter. buttered cinnamon.
until we were
whatever.
having this conversation.
But I honestly was just like, I'll just take some butter and cinnamon and throw it into a thing together.
Yeah.
Just those two things.
So this
It would
one,
have been terrible. So the
Yeah.
more you know.
this one has butter, powdered sugar, honey, ground cinnamon, and vanilla extract.
Ooh,
And
that sounds good too.
but there's no salt in this one because this one uses salted butter. The other one use unsalted butter.
Ooh.
So it's a little
A lot of choices.
yes,
a lot
a
of
little
choices.
up for grabs there. But yeah, I do like ties in. Did we just stumble across a new segment? Super fans.
We might have.
Would you like us to break down a
please
recipe?
vote on it.
Break down a
Please vote
recipe.
on
Does
it.
this really suck? You tell us.
You got to give us something very simple, though. Like if you're gonna submit a recipe, it can't be like this whole like dinner. It's got to be one thing. Like this is like a beautiful example. And maybe
It sounds obvious.
I'm just pointing it out there. I don't know.
So during Thanksgiving, do you guys gets together? Do you guys just hang out? Do you play cards? Do you have a board game? Like, what do you guys do?
Usually
dip?
usually we eat football if it's actually on Thanksgiving. And then we'll play what's that game called? It's just a little, you gotta like guess the word. You gotta have your friends guess the word, but it's like a little thing that you pass. Catchphrase, yes. So we will play catchphrase, or we'll play apples to apples with the kids, or stuff like that. Yeah, but we have played stuff, but it just depends on if football's on. I'm usually watching football, so more of that.
Same. Football's on. We'll watch football. Obviously, we'll eat. Lately been doing the heads up thing with your phone.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Good game.
That's become a hit.
We played it a lot in line at Disney.
Yeah, that's honestly where kind of we stole it, was Disney line, and then Cedar Point. Everybody was playing it at Cedar Point this summer too.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny story. We were playing it yesterday. It was my grandfather's like 85th birthday. Happy birthday, Jack. And anyway, it was sad / funny, but my grandma, who has dementia, was also there. She had no idea what was going on. She was so it made me laugh, but it is kind of sort of sad. But anyway,
I don't know if I should laugh.
Yeah, it's okay to laugh. It's okay. She had no clue what was going on. She was so confused.
I bought a game called Snakes that I think Brooke can play with us.
Yeah.
What's that one?
I don't know yet. I've seen a couple videos on it, but I'll give a review after Thanksgiving, see how that goes.
Oh, you haven't played it yet?
No. But I'm excited.
Snakes. So what is the premise? You don't even know?
Essentially, so like if we had 4 people, somebody is a snake, and it gives you a very basic question, like, okay, what of these 3 things are people most, like, in the world most afraid of? And it would be like heights, flying on a plane, or needles, let's say. And then you see it, then everybody closes their eyes. The card master or whatever has their eyes closed, but flips the card over, and then it reveals the actual answer. And the snake can open their eyes and see what the actual answer is in this, and then they flip the card back right side up where it just has a question, and then everybody opens their eyes, and you have 2 minutes to discuss what you guys think would be the answer as a group. But the snake knows the answer and is trying to convince everybody of not the right answer. They get points if they convince everybody, like being like, hey, I know the right answer is heights, but I'm going to be like, flying's not natural. This is what I really think. No one knows who the snake is. So they're just making their own points. And so it's just kind of like who can deceive and give the best answer. And then there's one person who's a mongoose, and it up front, that person has to give their honest opinion the entire time. So you at least know, like, okay, if I ask Lorenzo this direct question, he's the mongoose, like he has to give his honest opinion on there. And so if everybody gets their answer correct, then they get a point except for the snake. And then if the snake gets people to guess, and then so after the 2 minutes, you have an A, B, or C chip.
Mhm.
You put in what you think is the correct answer, and then you get points accordingly.
Got it.
So
It
I
does
don't know.
seem
It seemed like
does
something
seem
where it's
fun.
like interaction. It's not going to get like a lot of the Cards Against Humanity, all those games. Like there's a million of the exact same type of game that gets
Yeah.
can get wildly inappropriate, which
Yeah.
is whatever. So, but this one I think is pretty safe all the way
Yeah.
around. So
That's why
so
apples to apples is good for kids too. Like it's
yeah.
not as inappropriate stuff. But that sounds like fun. Yeah, let us know how that goes. I enjoy games with the kids. Lillian's super competitive, but it is fun to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So is that something you guys do? You brought it up with the list. Is that something you guys do typically on a Thanksgiving? Games?
No. So we used to, like, my family was big in games, but typically for Thanksgiving we go to my in-laws and they would watch football, have food, and then everybody just like dips out. And I was like, it's just weird when you have like 15 people and it's like some people are kind of watching it, but there's no like, I don't know. My family is all very like competitive game, like, hey, let's go play categories, let's do that, like whatever it may be as a group type of a thing. And I thought that's just the way kind of families operated. And then my in-laws don't. But when my sister and her family are here, we're going to do more of those things, I would believe, with my mom. Hopefully.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Cards.
Cards.
No, I was just going to add to it. Grandpa Jack loves to play some euchre. So
Yeah, I love euchre. I wish
Yeah.
I hardly ever play it. So
we ready for dad jokes?
yeah, man.
All right.
I'm just
Who's
gonna
going first?
flip through my book.
All right.
Jim, I feel like Jim can get a pass if he wants to because he had a good one.
He had a good one.
and we
just
we just stepped all over it.
I was just thinking about those chips again.
Do you know why 6:30, or did you know 6:30 is my favorite time of the day? Hands down.
I like that one. You got to.
I didn't word that one correct, but I
get the point. Yeah,
I had to think about it for a sec, but I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
I just you ready? You want me to go? You go?
No, I'll go.
Go ahead.
Do you know the difference between wallpaper and toilet paper?
What?
No.
No. Gross.
Oh, that was a good one. That's a good one. I set
That was
myself up for that one.
That's I was hoping somebody would say no. Ty, what do you got?
Were there other answers? Just curious. Did your book provide other answers?
That wasn't in the
other
book.
answers?
That
Oh,
wasn't in the
okay.
book. I just found it
Okay.
on TikTok.
I thought there might have been like, choose your own adventure, like
No.
type answers. I just started my job as an executioner. I'll be heading there soon. I'll be heading there soon.
Oh, beheading. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a miss.
So that was for Superfan Rachel. I'm sure other people, I think this is the most we've said somebody else's name on this podcast.
George.
Well, in one episode, I should say.
Oh, George.
Yeah.
So I got to go through this list here real quick, and then we got to leave. Who are the fans that we shout out now at the end?
Birkin.
Yes.
Kurt. George. Kurt.
George. Rachel.
Megan. That's where we're at.
We're up to 5.
Yep. And you could easily become a super fan.
Super fan number 6.
If you interact with the podcast, shoot us an email.
6.
Yep. Shoot us an email. The 3differentdads@gmail.com. Find us on social media, interact that way. You too can be mentioned at the end of this podcast, or possibly the beginning. So thanks to our super fans, Birkin, Rachel, Megan, Kurt, and of course, thanks, George.
Thanks, George.
This has been 3 Different Dads.
If there's nothing that's a saving in a house on fire, could you stay